this is the order of play. It has become 4 on table 1. The first semi-final between Ronato Alcano and Li He Wen will start in just a minute. Over on table 2, underway, Ralf Souquet and Fu Che Wei of Chinese Taipei. So 8 has become 4. Welcome back to the 2006 World Pool Championships here at the Philippines International Convention Center. It's live and exclusive on ESPN. Now the players Ronato Alcano and Li He Wen have asked for a 15-minute recess. So we're going to take you over to table 2 for the first semi-final, which is already in progress between Ralf Souquet and Fu Che Wei. Let's go to your commentators, Jay Forsyth and Bob Guerrero.
Well, we joined this match in progress, and a nice little shot there by Fu, and he has shape on the 5-ball, excuse me.
Fu Che Wei, I had the pleasure of watching his quarterfinal match against Rodolfo Luat, and he was just fantastic. Very confident, his technique is good, he's mentally strong, and he's going to need it against the former world champion from Germany, Ralf Souquet.
Well, I had the pleasure of doing Ralph's earlier match, and he is really on today. At this point in the week and the day, of course, endurance comes into play.
Yeah. You need to be able to keep standing for a long period of time.
These fellows have already played a lot of pool today. Souquet's match went right on 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Ralf Souquet says that was his first TV match in the World Championship in about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. But Fu Che Wei, 3 balls. You think he's gonna draw across the face of the 9 here? Looks like it.
He's fortunate that he escaped that 9-ball.
He's a bit straight here on the 8, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And the 9-ball being in the middle of the table, he doesn't want to leave the cue ball where the 8 is. That would be a very testy shot. He's going to have to draw back. He'd like to be right around the side pocket or just beyond.
Oh, that's a great controlled draw, Jerry. And this will tie things up.
Well, you said it, Bob. That ties us up at 2. Of course, we're in a race to 11, so there's a lot of pool yet to be played. Somebody will gain an advantage, and it will come when they break the other player's serve and then take their own rack. That's how you get that critical 2-game margin. Then it's a matter of maintaining the lead.
That's right. We've seen it in alternate break. Once a player gets a decent lead, they're very hard to stop.
Well, that's the first time I've seen Michaela have to touch a rack after just throwing the balls up there.
Yeah, we were doing the quarterfinals in this table earlier, and it's getting to be, it's harder to rack, I think, as the wear and tear is built up over the past couple of days. So the referees have had to take a bit more care in assembling that diamond than they have in past days.
Rack 5, Souquet to break 2 racks each.
Souquet was breaking wonderfully in his first match, putting 2 balls down, getting a shot on the lowest numbered ball, working very, very well. Oh, watch out, 1-9.
Wow.
I like this carom.
You think it goes, huh?
I do. Watch the table set up. 1 ball gets punched by the nose of the side pocket.
It's amazing how many times we've seen that happen.
Well, now that I've seen that overhead shot, they may be a little too tight for that carom.
What kind of safety do you like here, Jerry?
I like pushing the 1 ball to the foot rail and marrying the cue ball right up against the 9.
That's a delicate shot.
It is. He's got another option. He can bank the one ball back up table and hide it behind that group of balls up there. Boy, from this angle now, Bob, that carom looks pretty tempting.
Maybe he can shoot it from this angle.
I'm wondering if he can plan out a two-way shot where he goes for the carom and winds up safe if he doesn't make it. We don't need no stinking safeties. We can put that 9-ball down and take a quick rack and put it on our side. That's the way you'd like to play every rack. No sense wearing yourself out.
Oh, yeah. Go direct. Ralf Souquet, champion 1996, a finalist in 2001, where he lost to Mika Immonen. We'd love to get back in the final this week. And really, Ralf Souquet is such a professional. You know, he really treats this sport like his passion, and his preparation is just always immaculate for every tournament. Mentally very tough.
Oh, extremely tough. You're not going to beat this man with mind games.
Fu Che Wei, controlling by 3 racks to 2.
Here's another tough cookie. Anybody who's made it to this point in the tournament can win it.
Look at the way he holds that cue, Jerry, with just the fingertips. What do you think of that technique?
Well, I've seen it before. It always would, to me, that would feel very uncomfortable. But
he's in the semifinals of the World Championship.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to tell him to hold the cue a different way.
I think it probably allows him to have a good cue action and to really let the cue do all the work.
Yeah. Again, the nose of that side pocket gets into it and forces the one ball back down table, but this time it is wound up right over. This is the kind of rack you have to like Fu to run right through. I think the most critical thing, Bob, is getting the right angle on the 3-ball so that you can draw back for the 4. Of course, he can always run forward. I'm sorry, he can always just run forward and take the 4 in the other corner.
That's another shot at that carom. Put a lot of side spin on that too, didn't he?
Yeah, he was throwing the cue ball over. I mean, the 9-ball over toward the pocket.
One rail here. Off the side cushion.
Yeah,
he'll go forward.
I think he'll just draw straight across the table.
Woohoo. That number 2 bobbling before it goes down into the corner pocket. Che Wei Fu, a little bit of work here.
Yeah, he wound up on the wrong side of this 3-ball, so that makes position quite a bit more difficult.
It's got to hurry. Needs to pick up some speed. I think he'll take that.
He'll take that. He'd rather not be queuing over that 8-ball, but that's all right. Doesn't have to work a miracle to get on the 6 anyway.
Che Wei Fu missed 3 balls into that pocket in his quarterfinal, and I bet he's glad that that one went down.
He used all that pocket that he had. Great shape on the 8-ball. Makes the finish pretty close to automatic, Bob. Well, we're about to be tied at 3. And these gentlemen seem to be determined to keep it close. All the more excitement for the fans. Ralf Souquet tied up 3-3 with Fu Che Wei. We'll continue here in just a moment.
Hi everyone and welcome back to the 2006 World Pool Championships here in the Philippines. We're inside the Philippine International Convention Center and I'm joined now by Anthony Suntai. You just spoke to the winner of that quarterfinals between Ronato Alcano, and you asked him that question. When he missed that 9-ball, it gets to a lot of players. How do you think he put it out of his mind?
Well, first of all, he was still in disbelief when I actually was talking to him that he actually did miss the 9. He was telling me he was so worried about actually scratching. So he had his eyes on the cue ball and not on the 9-ball. So when the crowd erupted, he thought the 9-ball dropped. When he looked back at the table, he saw the 9 still standing, so he was wondering, did I actually miss it?
Yeah.
And so he was actually thinking of that, and he was just able to put it behind him immediately after that.
Okay, now Fu Che Wei, the defending champion, he did not put a foot wrong, but he did not get the roll of the balls either.
Well, to win a championship in any sport, you have to have the talent, but you also have to have the luck. Unfortunately for Fu Che Wei, his luck ran out in this particular match. In fact, I spoke to him immediately after the match, and I told him, you have nothing to be ashamed of. He played perfectly, but unfortunately, those 2 scratches was really the turning point of the match.
Okay, let's have one more question before we go to the match. Ronato Alcano will meet Li He Wen. Now, we know about Ronato Alcano because we just saw him on the feature table. We haven't heard much about Li He Wen. What can we expect from this boy?
Well, Li He Wen has really taken the entire billiards world by storm. He did very well in the Asian Tour, and he's doing very well here, and I expect a very good fight from this guy from China.
Okay, so we've set up the match. The players are ready. Our Masters of Ceremonies is ready. Let's get to the match between Li He Wen and Ronato Alcano. I can't say as well as this man in the middle. John McDonald, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action here in the beautiful city of Manila. It's the 2006 Philippines World Pool Championship, brought to you by Matchroom Sport and Raya Sports and Events. And a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us here live on ESPN. We're back with the action here in the semi-final. A race to 11 with alternate breaks. Our referee in charge of the action is Mr. Nigel Reese. It's now time to meet our semi-finalists. Firstly, would you please welcome from Beijing, China. He's the China #1 player. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Li He Wen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome home to the Philippines, it's Ronato Alcano!
Well, here it is. The hopes of the Philippines rest on this man, Alcano. He's got a hill to climb in this fellow, Lee. He is, he was understated when he got here, only 24 years old. But he's played some great matches, only having a couple of very close matches. He's dominated most of his opponents.
Yeah, and you saw that last page. It was not a typo error. He did defeat Alex Pagulayan 8-2.
Yeah. So, the boy's got game, and so does Alcano. Remember that the winner of this match, as well as the winner of the Souquet and Fu match, will be in our finals. And as we, here's how Alcano got here. He also has had a pretty dominating performance. Just taking down to defeat the reigning world championship, We'll keep you posted on the Fu Souquet match. And these winners going into the finals, one of them's going to go home tomorrow with $100,000.
And the primary weapon that Ronato Alcano has used to cut a swath through the field, of course, that soft break.
Alcano wins the lag.
Let's see if it's still working here as he wins the lag, all-important lag. That will give him the last break in the event of a hill match.
First rack, race to 11.
There's the final ladder. Alcano versus Lee, and Souquet versus Fu. All to play for. trying to get into the finals of the World Championship. What a title to add to your resume. Only one of our Final Four has been a world champion previously, that Ralf Souquet 10 years ago. There's your soft break, Bob.
There's your shot on the one, but instead the two's in the way. You may have to play the combination.
There's a possibility it passes the 5 into the corner.
It looks like it. And for some reason, Ronato Alcano has been the master of making the soft break and not causing the usual congestion that you see on the bottom of the rack that we see with other soft breakers.
Yeah, he's hitting it with a really great speed. We've seen those soft breakers hang themselves all week long with clusters and trouble. But Alcano gets an open enough table that he can just run through it.
And in the last rack, we saw Wu abandoning his hard break to play a couple of soft breaks of his own, but wasn't quite as consistently successful as Ronato Alcano. To give you an idea of how tough, how well he's been breaking, he broke and ran out the last 3 racks of his round of 32 match, and then the first 7 of his round of 16. So that's 10 straight break and runouts between those 2 matches. This is the only difficult shot. You'll have to go back and take the 7 into the same pocket. He checked that good, didn't he, Jerry?
Oh, beautiful job. The Alcano name first came to the fore possibly 4 or 5 years ago. We had heard a lot about him in the States, and it was great to finally see him play. And when we did, we knew he was the real deal, and he's proving that here. His long, lanky body serves him well. Doesn't need to resort to the rest very often. He can reach most shots. Break and run to commit his semifinal trip. And we'll see how Li He Wen does, as he now has a similar opportunity. Boy, this has been a week of upsets, Bob. It's been a bad week to be a former champion.
Yeah, but still you have only one established champion in Ralf Souquet and one immensely talented up-and-comer here with Ronato Alcano, and a total dark horse here, Li He Wen of China. We saw him in the San Miguel Asian 9-Ball Tour. That's how he qualified in this event, by getting the top 10 in that series, and he reached the final there, reached the semifinal. So for those who are watching him in the San Miguel Asian 9-Ball Tour, it's not a huge surprise he made it all the way here.
In 1 rack to 0.
Well, we'll soon learn which break philosophy he chooses today.
He's a hard breaker. I don't think he'll mind this layout too much. Although, having said that, the 7's cozied up against the 9.
Well, he may move that 7 away on this shot. He would prefer not to run into it because he's got that 7-9 combination that he could play instead. But he may not have a choice.
How about that?
Oh, that got real ugly now. I'm surprised he ran into that 8.
Lee got here by disposing of Duong Chi Dong of Vietnamese, the other absolute outsider. He won that game 11-7. So, Jerry, we're seeing countries that are not known for their pool players come up with truly talented and very, very capable players.
Yes, we have. Every year we see more countries sending great talent to this event. It used to be you had a large talent pool from America and the Philippines, and then Northern Europe got involved, And now all of Asia is generating some very serious players.
That's right. Li He Wen perhaps doesn't quite have enough angle here, you think, to run into the cluster, or is he okay?
I'm not sure he needs to. There's a safety there I like, where he pushes the 7 ball. Well, never mind. He will take his seat. Now Alcano to solve the puzzle.
He was forcing it there, I think.
Yeah, these pockets are not taking hard shots very well. You need to play them with pocket speed. The easier the ball rolls into the pocket, the greater your odds of having it fall.
Okay, so maybe he's seen the safety that you were talking about here, Jerry.
Well, if so, he'll be kicking off the footwell, but he looks like he may be playing the 8. No, surely not. Surely not. He's going to ease past this and push the 7 to the rail. Well, he would have preferred Bob to be tied right up against that 8 ball.
If Li He Wen is going to do the 3-rail escape on the shot, he's going to be bridging over that 8, the 1-rail escape rather. Instead, he's loading it up with a right-hand spin. Just barely a good shot at the last turn.
That was risky. He could have come away without a rail and given up ball in hand.
Looks like he's just feather the 7, send the other rail.
Yeah, he would like the 7 to just stay right there. Now he's put a nice amount of distance between the cue ball and the 7 ball. And this becomes a very challenging shot. For Bob, the safety is just as difficult as the shot, so why not go for the shot?
You can cut this, you can bank it. Boy, you know, Ronato Alcano is a fantastic banker of the ball, and I'm not going to be surprised if he buries this one into the left side pocket.
Yeah, I don't believe that Lee's been watching Alcano play, or he would not have left this particular shot.
It's so easy to play this as a shot to nothing, or 2-way shot too.
Yeah.
The right speed. In case he misses.
He doesn't miss many. Now we'll check out the health of his arm.
Yeah, this white's gonna take a little trip here, up and down. Well, you think he can just dribble it in and hold it for the shot, or would you go up and down on this?
I wouldn't risk that. I'd go up and down.
But I don't see very many other players who do this kind of shot, you know, going around the world and getting perfect shape better than Ronnie.
Whoa!
It's going to work. That's going to work.
That's one way to do it.
That's down. Oh, wow. Talk about a hometown roll, Jerry.
A big smile across Alcano's face now. Perhaps he senses that fortune will be with him.
Try not to lean on the table so hard, Ronnie. You might knock the white ball down.
Well, after 5 seconds, it comes back up. Well, Alcano showing a great deal of skill and a little bit of luck, has a 2-0 lead now. Look at this shot.
Just like you draw it up in practice, especially this part.
You couldn't set that shot up and do it again in a million years.
Not even Mike Massey could do that shot.
And there's the reaction saying, thank you, cue ball.
Watching the 2006 World Pool Championship live from Manila, Philippines. Ronato Alcano and Li He Wen battling for the right to get that berth in the finals tomorrow, which will be a race to 17.
Well, that's a long enough race to prove a proper champion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, side pocket has caught the white ball. And you know, he may leave Lee no choice here, but after the one ball to play the 2-9 combination.
That's the first time we've seen Ronato Alcano hit that break and dive into that side pocket.
Yeah, the whole idea of the soft break is to control the cue ball.
Yeah. Interesting play here where the blue two is. It doesn't go into either of the side pocket of the corner pocket, so he's lining up the combination after he takes down the one.
Could be another very short ride. Well, this is just the break that this man needed. He's already had his serve broken. Now he can return that favor and then come back to the table with a break shot. He could tie us up very quickly. Look at this man's face. You think he's into it?
Slow down, slow down. That's too much angle.
Yeah, that makes it ugly.
I don't think he can play it now.
I wouldn't want to. I would think he would go for the safety now.
Shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, he's got a two-way shot on the side pocket too. If he banks, if he misses the shot into the side, the two ball would go down to the middle of the head rail. Unless it hits the nose of that pocket. The nose of that pocket wants to get involved in every game.
I know. You better re-shim that thing after this match. It's just he's been banged around there.
It's going to be worn out.
I know.
It's been affecting a high percentage of the break shots. It sends the one ball in a very unpredictable manner. I'm sure you'll see that as the match unfolds.
Looks like Ronnie's going to run and hide here.
Yeah, you can't blame him. Did he hide?
Uh-oh. He ran, but he sure didn't hide.
He overran. The ideal shot here would be to put the two ball in the corner, have the cue ball run up and hit the right side of the 9 ball and break that cluster up and get shape. But we'll go for a safety. And I believe he got it. Yes, indeed.
You think Ronnie's going to try and take this two down real first? I don't think so, though. There's no positional value on this one. I guess he's just going to try and play a safety. You know what? What if he tries to kick this two ball in off the rail on the top of your screen? How about that for a shot?
Well, I was looking at that, but he has to use English to get there. And with this kind of pressure on you, can you really put that much precise English on the cue ball? Do you want to trust your arm that well?
Yeah, and it offers no real position for the pink 4 as well.
All right.
Now he's taking this as a 2-rail shot. Now if he hits this right,
I think he's going 3 rails, isn't he? Going to come in behind the 2? No, 2 rails.
If he had gotten that, this place would have exploded. I guess it was natural shape for the pink orb.
This rack has offered up more than its share of surprises.
Now the big question here is that 6-9 cluster. It still has to be negotiated.
Does this man play in all the San Miguel Tour events?
He sure played in them all 4 of them last season. Been playing pool now for 10 years. I can bet that since China is a big snooker country, that he has some snooker background, but he doesn't play like a snooker player at all.
No, he's not using the square stance.
Yeah. He's using the three rare positional plays that these snooker players are so scared of.
And he doesn't like using the rest. I've seen him turn down opportunities to use the rest several times. In fact, it cost him a shot last night.
What does he have here?
Is there enough distance? No. How can he can't really play the carom here.
I think he's just going to overcut the 6 and send the white over. That's the only shot I can think of.
He wants to take another look to see if that 9 is sticking enough of the nose out to play a carom. That would be one heck of a shot. But if he misses that, he sells out.
There it is, the overcut. Well, he's left a piece of it though, and I don't think that's enough for a player of Ronnie Alcano's caliber. I think he's going to get I don't think Li He Wen is going to like his next shot here on this table.
No, that could be quite uncomfortable. Wants that 6 ball to get right up on the rail.
How about that? Look at that touch. Look at that touch.
What a shot. How's that for
Speed control? This guy, he reminds me of another Ronnie in the world of Q Sports who has tremendous talent and skill in just about everything. That's Ronnie O'Sullivan, snooker. The world of snooker. This can end up anywhere.
That's not a happy result.
I think in these safety bells, you really have to favor Ronnie Alcano. And his experience with these top flight big tournament matches and challenge game matches, playing these kinds of shots. Now this thing, I guess he's gonna have to cut this one into the corner pocket.
Really the only thing going against Alcano at this point is the fact that he's got the pride of the Philippines depending on him.
Yeah, no other Filipino players made it this far.
That's a lot of additional unwanted pressure.
No. It's a nice leave, though.
Yeah, fortunate with that leave.
Oh, and look at that jaw. The other jaw's getting into the mix here.
Well, I don't think the bank into the side pocket is there. I think there's too much risk of a double kiss.
And try maybe to get that 6 ball over by the short rail on the right side of the screen.
I would want to put it down behind the 9. Chooses to use the 7 instead. And
he's left a tough combo.
Not successful. This was a rack that Li really needed. He had the opportunity. He had control of the table.
Beautiful kiss on the 9 too.
Everything going Alcano's way early days. But now we're in races that are long enough where it's really hard for momentum and fortune to remain in one chair.
Yeah, especially with the alternate break. He's just got a great rhythm, doesn't he?
He really does.
And his stroke, it's just so, it's a big stroke. It's not one of these small punchy little strokes. I mean, he lets it out so fluid and soft. He generates so much spin.
And really, I think it's a stroke that's unique to him. It's not like he's trying to copy anyone.
Yeah. And he doesn't move much, too, on the shots, which is, of course, fundamentally very sound.
Yes, a very skilled player. But he's making a lot of noise here in Manila. He leads his match 3-0. And he's about a quarter of the way to his goal, which is to reach the semifinals. Ronato Alcano 3-0 over Li He Wen. Well, if Li He Wen is going to make the most of this opportunity, he better start right now, Bob.
That's right. Both of these players playing for the right of Fu Che Wei, who are doing battle on the other table.
Well, he's got his cue ball kicked away, and that has wound up in a very tough pocket is available to that two ball.
One of those drills you have in your books there.
Yeah, really. Everything but the two ball is just a piece of cake.
This looks like a smiley face. Look. Face of Li He Wen because he's tied up Ronato Alcano there.
Well, the strike is easy enough, but how do you escape? This requires some thought.
Requires some luck, too.
If he can, no, he obviously can't. He's going to go the long rail route. So, strike it with some pace and hope for separation. Some pace, my goodness.
He hammered that. Left it.
He certainly has. All he has to do now is make the two ball. The three ball is down there waiting. If that nine ball hadn't been there, that might have turned out differently. But if frogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their, you know. It looks like Lee's going to get his first mark. Get a start down the track.
He doesn't take very much time to shoot. That's what I love about watching Li. I mean,
yeah, I like his pace a lot.
Yeah, he's got a pre-shot routine and he sticks to it. A pool player or a golfer or almost any sport. If you have a pre-shot routine, no matter what kind of pressure you're facing, you gotta stick to it and not change with every shot. It's a good stun shot there.
My pre-shot routine includes putting salt on the rim of the glass.
Yeah. I want to know what you do with the lime there, the lemon.
All right. Li finally gets started. He takes rack number 4, trails 3-1, and that puts him within striking distance. But it's Alcano's break. Great crowd enjoying a fine match as Nigel Reese completes the racking duties.
Track 5, Connor's a break.
There's a lot more crowd upstairs. standing all around the balcony. The view from up there is fantastic. You almost have an overhead camera view of the table.
You know, this Philippine International Convention Center, it's as if it was designed for a pool tournament, don't you think?
Oh, it's perfect. Just perfect for this. I hope we are back here for years to come. As a visitor to your country, I can tell you that I haven't been many places where people are friendly, helpful.
Well, I try to be nice to you too, most of the time, Jerry. There's the soft break once again. This time he drew it off the short rail instead of the long rail.
Well, he's experimenting. He'll find something he likes and stick with it.
And does the 5 pass the 6 into the lower right? That's a big question. Let's see how he shoots this. Well, there's your answer. Obviously it's no.
Wow. This is not the easiest ball to put away.
That 7 could be in the way if he's going to take this top left.
Yeah, I think our camera angle may be playing with us. Yeah, he's got a pocket.
Yeah. Not much to do with the white ball. Just slide it over to the right. Wow. Not even close to missing. You know, Ronnie Alcano, he's won on the San Miguel Asian 9-ball tour. He won last year. He beat Yang in the final.
Yeah.
I think he's really more known as a feared challenge match player than he is as a real tournament star. But he can win these last 2 matches. Wow. That will change forever.
You know this man better than I do. Is he an outgoing fellow like Bustamante, or is he more reserved like Efren Reyes?
Yeah, he is a very genuine person, very reserved, loves to play chess.
Oh, really? Well, that's a Reyes trait.
Yeah. And really the prototypical Filipino player because of his delivery, of his cue action, the patterns that he plays. And it all comes from playing rotation, 15-ball rotation. That maddeningly difficult game that is such a specialty over here.
I was talking to our promoter of this event here, and he was saying that 10-ball is really becoming the rage in this country.
Yeah,
it's really taking the place of rotation.
Yeah, you see it a lot in the challenge matches. Lots of 10-ball. Probably at the expense of rotation, which would be unfortunate because rotation is what made these players so great. And boy, he's going to have to come up with a shot here. This is not ideal, is it, Jerry?
Not at all. His only option, it would appear, would be to draw straight back, and it's going to be hard to create the proper gap between the cue ball and the 8-ball.
Any kind of angle would have been okay. But if you've ever seen Ronnie, you know he's got a real great draw stroke, and you're going to see it here. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. He's not satisfied with that one. That was frankly, he struck the cue ball too high. I'm sure he wants to make certain that he doesn't miss cue, but this is the kind of result that can cost you.
Just a careless shot there from 6 to 7.
He will, well, he may choose.
I think you just got to play safety. And
you got to play safe.
Got to use the 9 as a ball. Yeah. There's nothing else to use out there that I can see.
Can he make this ball?
No, he's definitely playing safe. Oh no!
Looks like he's cutting it.
Throw it in. Whoa! What a decision there by Ronnie. I thought the safety was so much easier than that shot.
Well, I did too. Of course, it looks differently from here than it does from the table. Yeah, he fat.
You know, if there's one thing about Ronnie is that he's a flamboyant player. He's the kind of player who will go three rails when one would suffice. You know,
he's got a bit of risk taker in him.
Yeah. And I thought that was not the percentage play.
There's some nice cue ball control for you. And the worm begins to turn here in Manila. Alcano came out of the gate hot, established a 3-game lead, but Li is now catching up. trails 3-2, and it's Li's break. We could be knotted at 3 here in just a few minutes. Of course, we have more action going on here. Another table where Ralf Souquet locked in a very tight. Souquet now leading by 1, 6-5, in their race to 11. We'll keep you posted on that match as things unfold here. Li now to break.
Rack 6. Li to break.
There's a look at the people looking down from the balcony.
You got some members of Manila's finest over there. Manila's policemen the show. And this is it was a good break up until that 3 managed to get things.
Yeah, so many times this week we've seen the last ball rolling get in the way.
You know, the biggest thing about Li He Wen is that he has a world-class break. I mean, he comes from China where the 9-ball really isn't played, but he has a world. He stuck that white ball in the middle of the table and sent most of the balls going over the other side. I mean, it takes years and years for pool players to figure that out. And it's so important. I mean, we saw yesterday in the round of 16, and he struggled with that. His white ball was all over the place, and he lost.
Oh, is this going to work out? Good shot. Looks like it has. Alcano needs to regain control of this table, but it's going to be hard to do that as long as Li is leaving this sort of thing for him. Plenty of balls out there to act as blockers. If he can put something between the cue ball and the 1 ball, he could regain control of the table. Watch out.
He put so much spin on that cue ball, Jerry. It did something funny.
Yes, it did.
That white ball, it did something that it wasn't supposed to do. That's all I can say. He got lots of check spin there to kill it off that rail.
Long, tough shot down the rail.
No, he stood up on that one.
He sure did.
It's amazing how, you know, keeping still in 9-ball in pool, in any cue sport, is so important. But you see players in this stage, and when they're under pressure, they do it.
And I think part of that, Bob, has to do with the fact that as you're coming through on your stroke, you know whether or not you've made a good stroke, and when you don't, you want to jump up and get away from it. You don't want to claim ownership.
You don't want to have anything to do with it. Tough shot here by Alcano. This guy's got to do some traveling to get back over for the 3. Oh, beautiful. Oh, straight on you. He's straight again.
Yeah, he is, but you know, I really like that last shot. He didn't try to force the cue ball anywhere. He just let it roll to its fate, and it worked so well. So a lot of times you see guys put too much top English.
It dies off the rail.
It dies off the rail.
Yeah, in the Philippines we call that shot a Sputnik. I don't know what you call it in the U.S.
A Sputnik?
Yes. Yeah. When the white ball is follow and it goes straight into a rail, and when the white ball, the follow stays even after it goes off the rail and dies. Learn something new every day.
I'd like to know where they came up with that one. Nice bump off of it. A Sputnik.
Ask anybody in any pool all around here.
I'll have to think about that one.
I think it's because it's like the white orbits the rail like a satellite. That's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Alcano has managed to regain control now. We'll see how long he can hold on.
He You know, he and Luwak have one thing in common. When they move around the table, it's like they're moving in a vat of molasses. You know, just so slowly and smoothly, and I think it helps them stroke smoothly too.
Yeah. Well, it gives you a little extra time to think about the shot. Keeps you from rushing anything. You want to play with a healthy pace, but going too quickly can let errors creep in. Wow. Nicely done. Gets a little more comfortable with a 4-2 lead. You can only think the things that are going through these boys' mind, and they've got to try and force all that out and just play cool. There's the prize. That's what's going through their mind right there. $100,000 up top. Don't spend it before you get it.
Oh yeah, a lot of these poor players have learned that lesson quite recently.
Yes, they have.
In a harsh way. Ronato Alcano won the lag, so he will be breaking here in this rack number 7.
Rack 7.
Just to explain that possibly arcane
4 racks to 2.
There's been a in the United States recently where the players have not been paid. A total of $3 million in prize money yet to be found.
Well, I hope they dig it up out of some bank somewhere.
Well, it's been promised, so hope that comes through. Watch out, T-ball. Isn't that now 2 scratches on the break?
Yep.
Hard to win when you scratch twice on the break. We saw the former world champion because of that. However, he did not have a 2-game lead at the time.
This could be dangerous. I mean, if Li He Wen runs out here, breaks and runs out in the next rack, we'll have a tied match.
Well, now, that was not his best effort.
A little too much angle, you would think.
Quite a bit too much. He can no longer consider that 3-9 combination unless he goes all the way up the table and gets back on it.
But look, he played that one with spin, left-hand spin, get off the rail, get the long pattern, take speed control out of the equation.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, his knowledge is just phenomenal.
Staying in line with the position of the shot allows you a lot more room for error. That time he had about 6 feet that he could have left that cue ball in.
Here's the shot here.
Yeah, he's going to show us a stroke here.
Needs to make sure he misses the 9, doesn't get hidden by the 9 on this shot.
Yeah, that 9 ball could seem to be the size of a basketball right now.
Oh, boy, that died off him.
Sure did, but settling for the longer, tougher shot was probably the better thing to do there. If he makes this ball. And he should. Oh my, whoa. Now will the 9 ball ruin things?
Nope. He's okay, but he's getting a bit antsy here for Li He Wen. Now, this is not an easy shot because he's going to have to play short side on the black 8, isn't he?
Looks like he would. First, he's got to get his heart out of his throat.
No, he's going to take the long shot. Wow, this is the ultimate in taking what the table gives you.
Yeah, he doesn't have any fear of cuts. Although yesterday, long, thin cuts proved to be his one weakness, especially late in the match. He had a hard time closing the deal yesterday. But he did close it out.
Well done.
Good pace. In fact, I'm a little surprised he came all the way back down table. If he'd left it short, it would have taken the scratch out of the equation. But no matter. He was successful. Taking rack number 7. And he now trails by 1. Ronnie Alcano has his nose in front, 4-3. Stay with us. We're going to be right back to this.
6-4.
Ronnie Alcano barely in front here. By the way, on our other table, Ralf Souquet is now leading 8-5. Just to give you a little update. Lead a break off. Thought he was going to get kicked in the side, but he's avoided that trouble. Has he got a shot, Bob?
Doesn't look like it. He is just hammering these balls.
Boy, he came close to going in that side pocket. I keep waiting for him to change some little thing about that break shot.
I just think he's unlucky because he is planting the cue ball perfectly, making the wing ball. Look at shot there. That's
wow. Impressive shot there.
Well, Ronnie's a pretty good kicker of the ball, so.
Well, he's going to have to be. He doesn't want to give this man the opportunity to tie the match, and that's what he's on the verge of doing. So,
this is too lucky.
Why?
Nope.
Not the result Ronnie was looking for there. And he's left a wide open table there, Bob.
You know, the worst thing that Alcano can do now is be complacent, take this for granted, and assume that because he's playing a player who's playing in his first World Pool Championship that he's going to win. This is Li He Wen's first World Pool Championship, and he's playing like he's been here every year since 1999.
Well, wasn't last year Ru's first year?
I don't recall anymore. So it was either his first or his second, I believe.
And he took it down. The experience is important, but it's not the all-determining factor. Little trivia for you. Who's the youngest ever world champion? And I warn you, this is a trick question.
Yeah, I figured that enough. I figured that much. Allison Fisher.
No. Laurie John Jones.
Laurie John Jones, yeah. That's right. A good buddy. She was at 14 when she won the straight pool championship of the world, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Great shot there by Li He Wen. And, you know, every time I see him, this is the way he plays. Just gets into a rhythm, takes the ball down, never seems nervous, hardly ever gets out of line. I mean, China is so good in so many sports. Why not pool?
Well, we've got a horse race here in Manila now. It looked like Alcano might run away with this thing, but Lee has reined him in. 4-4. You love them when they're close. But it's a lot more fun in here than it is out there for those fellas. Allison Fisher, by the way, is the answer to another great trick trivia question, which is who's the only player to win both world championships in both snooker and pool?
Yeah, that's right. There's a scratch leg by Ronato Alcano. That's one into the side, and then another one into the corner.
Rack 9, Alcano to break, 4-4.
He really has to make sure he hits this soft break exactly the way he was hitting it the other day when he racked up 10 break and run-outs in a row over 2 days.
He needs to start repeating that performance right now. Lee has shown that he is for real. And we already knew that.
That's more like it. Yeah, sorry. That's more like it there. That's what he was doing yesterday. Hits it into that short rail. Right there, very near the second diamond.
I like that. Going for the middle of that rail reduces his chances of a scratch and allows good things to happen.
But this is a real thin slice here. There's all sorts of stuff going on down also in the bottom of the rack. Ooh. Does the two go past lower right? But
I believe it does. That nudge helped it a little bit. Oh, yeah.
It allows him to just maybe slide the white ball over for the pink 5. He needs to be straightish, though, on this pink 4. Rather, pink 4, not pink 5. He needs to be straightish. Doesn't want too much angle after he takes down this blue 2.
Well, you may have to go to plan B and just slow roll this ball.
Yeah. Slow roll it. So he'll have a shot on the 4, but he needs to be straight here also because of where the 6 is.
Yeah. Although it'll have a little more room to work with. Oh, a nice roll.
Wow. That's pocket speed for you. Yeah, he's got more room on the 6. That's great, Jerry. So now he's really back in line. For the 7-9 combination here, you think?
I don't see the need to take that easy run out, but if he likes it, he can certainly he'll have the opportunity.
It's the match, I guess, here of the shot.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of players don't like the soft break, but it's working here. They haven't, some tournaments disallow the soft break. 3 balls. What do you think of that?
well, a rule that's supposed to take care of that, which is you have to drive 4 balls to the rail on the break. And I like combination shots. There's always something that can go wrong.
Yes, but something's gone right for him here.
But to get back to that soft break, I mean, the fellow who caused all those rule changes where you've got to drive balls past the side, Corey Dewey, he's the one who introduced that soft break, and he had so much success with it. They put rules up against it. And that's why they took it used to be a 9-ball. You could push on every shot, not just after the break. You could push on every shot. Comes along, and you push out to a bank shot, and he makes them all. So they changed the rules where you can only push after the break. I don't think we should be changing rules for one player.
How about this? He almost played a really nice shot there. He tried to take it in between the 9 and the cushion and hit the 7 rail first. I think he had to hit it that hard, because he doesn't have shape on the 8.
Yeah, he overstruck that ball.
Settle down then, please.
Nigel Reese taking command of the crowd, as may become more and more necessary as this match draws closer to the end. Back
to regular programming.
One of the things I like about the Philippine fans is they're not at all afraid to let their emotions show.
Yeah.
And they cheer a great shot.
No matter who hits it.
And when something disappointing happens, you can hear the sigh from across the street.
And really around this rack.
You may need to dodge a few more. Back in front. Not by much. 5-4. Alcano over Wen. Seems like the racks get more and more as the match goes along. They're all twists. That. He awaits his opportunity.
Let's not forget Ronnie Alcano. In the wrong space, and one of the most experienced referees in world pool. He's not perfect. Just check.
Nigel seeing if they're paying attention. Placement of the one ball. Obviously important. You can't just hit the head ball in 9-ball on the break. The rules say you have to hit the lowest numbered ball. Lee's going to check out Nigel's work.
Rack 10.
Finds it flawless.
And 4 racks to 5. The balls in the rack are supposed to be randomized, but I don't think they're supposed to be that randomized.
No. Glad you brought that up. That's an interesting point that's going on now. The ball clearly states in front, the 9-ball goes in the middle, and the rest are to be racked at random. In many tournaments now, they're putting the 2-ball in the very back of the rack because that way the player can play position on both the 1 and the 2. And in some tournaments, racking the balls in numerical order.
Yeah, I kind of and then random.
I do too. I don't want it to be so predictable that the players can just plot out a strategy they can play over and over again. Yep. I don't mind the 2-ball in the back of the rack.
Li He Wen, this is pretty predictable here. Easy to jump back into a tie.
He moved a little bit on that shot, but it went down. Well, Alcano knows if things can, with them just trading racks, it'll be his match. But boy, don't you know he'd like to have a little more than this.
Yeah. A little bit. Draw this back a couple of feet.
That should work. And once again, we are knotted up in a tie. 5-5. We're almost halfway home. Now we'll see if the arms start to get clumsy. See if the sticks start to get heavy. Or maybe they'll hold it all together. Well, as darkness falls over Manila, there's a lot of heat being generated in this room. This is the point of the tournament that I really love, when two guys are playing to see who's going to wind up in the finals.
And when it gets to alternate break and it's punch counter punch and one guy runs out of rack, another guy runs out of rack, it can get very, very tense. Another good soft break by Ronnie. This time he's perfect. This is what he wants every single time.
Well, if he gets that every single time, Lee is in trouble. Trouble deep. And like you say, we saw him do it yesterday. He can repeat this break.
He's got the feel for it again. Just needs to make sure that he doesn't snooker himself getting on the orange 5.
Yeah, better to overrun this a little bit and take the tougher shot.
That looks. Can he hold it for the? Gonna have to hit this a dead weight.
I don't know, Rob.
It's close.
It is close.
He's shooting it though. He babied that one and cheated the pocket too.
Pocket to boot. Wow.
Half have been able to play that shot. There you go.
What a precise player. So close. If he'd nudged it, he could have wound up in a lot of trouble.
He'll be fine.
Look now, if he's walking down the table, he's checking. Chooses to force follow.
This is classic Ronnie Alcano here. Instead of takes the more difficult one to get himself absolutely.
It's down. Alcano gets back out in. Lee has to change this pattern. Can't live with this. And the first thing he has to do is control all of his own break. And somehow he's going to have to break service. He has that break shot working the way we've seen him. That's going to be a tall order. Well, here, a little subdued now with this race this tight.
Yeah, a lot of the people were not expecting this close a race. They were not expecting Li He Wen to turn out to be this good a player either.
Thank you, rack 12. Lead to breaks.
This gentleman, I have really enjoyed watching him move the balls around.
Boy, oh boy, did that 3 get in the way.
Yeah. What a safety he can play here. Ronnie's not going to like what he comes to the table with. Now, our camera angle tells us he can't make that, but we've been fooled before.
Throw it in? Yes, he can.
Yes, he can.
Li He Wen is just showing no fear whatsoever.
No, and he's showing a lot of patience. He's not trying to force things. A little surprised he hasn't taken something off that break to make sure he gains control. But it's been working pretty well. It just seems like the closer you get to the end of the match, the more chances there are of having something bad happen. The balls roll well at the beginning of a match for some reason. They choose to get difficult as we near the end. Just straight up and down the ball. This is all about pace.
Don't you just love the patterns that Li He Wen plays?
Oh yeah, very, very nice.
Very solid, you know.
Yeah.
His decision making is so important in this game.
You always want the cue ball to do as little work as possible. When you go with all those gee whiz shots with a lot of spin and table, you can really dig. It looks pretty, but
that was a gee whiz there that kind of melted down. It was in a strange situation there. I don't know if he could have followed out of that.
I think he was trying to avoid running into the 8-ball. It would have been better than this.
Should be fairly easy for him to get safe though. Get that 7 somewhere below that 9-ball.
Yeah, and send the cue ball way up table.
You didn't get the...
No, but... 7-ball. What do you like here? Bank the 7 back up into the middle of the head rail and leave the cue ball down here?
Well, can he try to thin this one? Answering your question with that question.
That's a long way away for a thin. If he hits that, it would pop right out into the table.
I don't think he sees enough of the 7 to execute the shot that you are suggesting.
Well, we'll let him answer the question now. Don't mistake Lee's posture there as depressing himself. Relax. Wait for the moment. There's no need to be depressed. Well, he tried my. Did he get there? Man, that ball just keeps. Oh! Nice.
What do you like here?
Well,
try and clip this in. Get the way he's shooting though.
If you clip it in, you're going to sell out the rack if you miss it. I'll be honest with you, I would answer this with another shot to bring the 7-ball back down to the middle of this rail, the foot rail, and be patient. He's trying to hide behind the 8-ball. Doesn't work.
He didn't have very many attractive options there, did he, Jerry?
No, not really. That was tough all the way.
The gentleman in blue there, light blue, that's Perry Mariano's manager. He's an interested spectator here. Manager of many of the Filipino players. Sweetly done. Just to restore the 2-rack lead he has not held since rack number 8.
Like you say, it's a 2-rack lead. Alcano has decided to take a break. Get a little rest. We shall too. Well, Nigel Reese will call our players to the table. It appears that Lee is still on his break. I'm sure he'll be back shortly.
There's Mr. Ernie Fajardo of the Beard and Snooker Congress of the Philippines, the gentleman with the white hair.
Yes.
Over here, and what a great job he and his staff have done.
And I believe the gentleman next to him is the president of the APBU.
Thank you. Rack 13. Out to break. Leaving 7 racks to 5.
He had a great soft break execution in his last time here at bat. And to come up with a good shot here again.
Yeah, if he goes out to a 3-game lead this late in the match, you can pretty much bring out the shovel.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as it could be. Watch how this table shapes up.
Natural shape for the two.
The three.
No, the 3.
And it is fairly natural shape for the 3 as long as he navigates the traffic. He can concentrate on making the shot here. We'll move around 3 rails and go down toward the 3 to slide between the 9 ball and the 6.
Looks like he
could bank a different shot, but I like the cut in the side.
Boy, he hit that so hard into that small side pocket. Unbelievable.
And he shortened the angle coming off the rails to a more certain position. That's showing a lot of cleverness.
Oh, look at that. Alternate break. He's breaking and running out like this.
It sure is.
His 3rd break and run out, oddly enough.
When you show up at any other major tournament in the world, you automatically have an advantage because you put fear in the heart of the other player. Look at this behind the back shot.
Unbelievable. You know, it's so hard to play that and shoot straight with that shot.
Why?
With results like this, who can complain? I guess he just practices it.
I guess.
This will be a 2nd break and run out in a row, and that is an ominous sign for Li He Wen.
Yeah, Lee is now in trouble deep. 8-5, Alcano. And now, Lee has to hope that something goes wrong for his opponent. The way Alcano's playing, I don't think he can count on that. Look at that behind the back shot. He had to stretch to get that shot out. My. This man's got all the weapons, doesn't he?
He's got a good break. He's got fantastic touch. Pocketing is phenomenal. That's why he's leading. Just unbearable to get something positive out of this next break.
Thank you, rack 14. Lead to break. Trailing 5 racks to 8. I shall call
9-ball tracking toward but in no danger of gravity.
This is a strange layout for this rack.
It is.
Does that 6-9 go down?
Yes, it does.
Li He Wen refusing to go quietly into the night.
Well, there are 5 balls to put away before that 6th ball can be played. Challenging layout, however.
There's just absolutely no sign of nerves from this guy. Boy, this is, he lined this up perfectly for that 6-9.
He's taking a look now. According to the view that we're getting on our monitor, it appears he may have to drive the 6 slightly into the rail.
The 9 is a bit off the rail. The 6 looks kind of frozen.
It shouldn't be too Herculean a task, however, as close as the 9-ball is to that pocket. 6-ball into the rail, it'll rebound into the 9-ball. Should put it away. Well, Li draws within 2. So he's claiming his racks. But he needs one of Ronnie's. And I don't think Ronnie's is going to give it away to him. We'll see. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Back to 6.
Well, we are drawing closer to the end here, Bob. And things tend to change at this point in the match.
You see what Ronnie did there? He aligns the cue ball up to the rail and then makes a direct line up to the head string.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I guess he wants just the perfect line into the pack.
That's really become part of his routine. Boy, he's hitting the same place on that side rail when he comes off with the cue ball every time.
Now he's even more 50-yard line. Now it looks like he could even take this into the corner.
Well, that makes shape on the 2-ball easier, but shape on the 2 is not at all a guarantee. He might choose to duck here, Bob.
Yeah. Let's see if he's even thinking of that.
Yeah, cue ball on the rail. You can only play with the top third of that ball. Well, this will tell us how he feels about his arm.
I think if you try this soft break and you get clusters of balls on that side of the table, the cue ball control has to be perfect.
Well, you might as well take advantage of this grouping and play safe here. I don't see any point in being aggressive at this moment.
Whether you're ahead or behind, the objective is always to win the next rack, no matter what the score is. Yep, playing safe. Oh, but it's shown.
Oh, boy, has it. Well, Li has the opportunity now to break serve, but he's got a very tough layout to navigate to do so. He may have to engage in a safety battle here. Of course.
Yeah.
A little bit further down the line, he may... Whoa! Wow!
He reached the guy there.
Unbelievable.
It was very apparent. Watch his head.
Yeah, that. Goodness gracious. That totally uncharacteristic of the man.
Oh boy, and that's... Is that... No, that's okay. He overhit that though. He wanted it to be real painful. He can massé around there, can't he?
If he has the touch in him after that last shot, he's probably in shock.
Yeah. Probably want Rodolfo Lua to take the shot for him.
Yeah, that was a beautiful one.
Oh, unbelievable shot he did against David Alcaide of Spain the other day.
That last miss could really numb this fellow's arm for a while. He might be better off taking an intentional foul and tying something up real bad.
And maybe weld the 6 with the 9 with a 6 or something.
Yeah, he hasn't had time to collect himself yet.
Looks like he can catch the piece of this though.
Oh, he could. Well, the wheels are really coming off the Li wagon right now.
That missed one could be crucial. Now, does the 3 pass lower right? Looks like it does.
Yes, it does.
Wheel this forward.
Even with a difficult layout, when you give up ball in hand to a fellow like this, you can count on him taking it home. There were 21 Philippine players in this event a week ago. Only this man remains.
Yeah, 21 going in, 12 made it to the round of 64.
And when the week began, the names, of course, that were being bandied about were Reyes and Bustamante. Alcano has always been in that mix.
Yeah. Jerry, technically, he's more sound than, say, Luat. Maybe even, could even say Django, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, Django's stroke is, frankly, has always mystified me. How he could develop. Arm goes out and in and back out, and yet he drives the stick in a straight line. I've never understood how he does it. There's no other player in the world who uses a stroke anywhere close to that, but it works great for him. So, this is sort of like Jim Furyk's Jim Furyk swing.
Miller Barber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they said his swing was like somebody opening an umbrella once. He makes Jim Furyk look like Sam Snead.
Right.
Or is that thick? No, it's not. Well, he's gonna go around again, I think. Or can he just bump the 9 off the 7? Slower. What do you do here, Jerry?
I don't know. He shows such hold the cue ball that I'm not going to guess on. I think he can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, he bumped it. Might even make it too. 6.
What a man is, and he is now storming the world stage. He's going to become He's got a 3-game lead, and he's from going home. That was what cost Lee. That was the shot that we had
From Alcano that are really, you really need a world championship.
Well, the crowd is starting to sense it, and in the finals.
Of course, waiting in the on the other side is either Ralf Souquet or Fu Che Wei, Chinese Taipei.
That's a nice kiss. Difficult. Now sitting right by the pocket. He's going to have to lay a pretty nice stroke. Oh, you're right. I was looking. I thought the 6 ball was the He can just stay right there. My apologies. Well, he's had time to collect himself now. He should be back in form.
Looks like he's doing a good job of.
As we've said it before, you've got to have a short this game. He's back looking solid. But Alcano doesn't look too.
Lots of angle here. A bit of bottom. You can sense a little bit of annoyance there. He wanted to from 6 to 7. Had a great tournament, but perhaps he was finally.
Alcano's got a ball block.
And he can jump or he can kick. You know, he's a with the kick shot.
Yeah, I like out of that go right off the table with a jump shot. So
he's got his regular cue out. All about the cue ball there and take on the angle he's taking.
It is. He's checking the cue ball with English.
Can't believe that.
That wasn't even close, Bob.
Can't believe that. Angle looks so weird.
Almost like he read the table.
Yeah, he was trying to check it.
Too quiet.
I'm not sure why he didn't take a more direct. Be it for us to question the man. He's the one in the tournament. He may wish to forget it.
Up next.
Lee takes a rack that was earned for him by his opponent. He's back. It's 9-7. Will that be enough to kickstart his effort? Those making critical errors. There was the one. That one stay up.
And now Ronato Alcano to break. This is just a huge moment here. Break and run out sends him into the final.
In rack 17, Alcano to break, leading 9 racks to 7.
If you discount Alex Pagulayan, who was representing Canada in 2004, he will be the first Filipino finalist since 2002 when Django Bustamante faced Earl Strickland and lost the final. This is the shot right here. I think he'll take this. Oh, just at the last moment it slowed up.
Yeah, this is a severe cut shot, and getting position on the 2 is not going to be easy.
Here's a good time to duck, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got a big wall to hide from, so why not use it?
And this is so not the time to take chances here.
Absolutely.
It's only a 2-rack lead. Lee breaking next. This is the smart move. And oh, he's left it. He's left it, Jerry.
Is he really? Yeah, he's left an edge.
He's left a lot of it seems. Shaking, Li He Wen shaking his head though.
Yeah, he wanted to bank into the side pocket, and I don't think he's got enough for that. Well, this rack's going to take some maneuvering. The soft break has been so popular this week, I wonder if we're going to see it showing up in local pool rooms.
Yeah. I don't know if it works in the club rooms as well as it will work here with this newish cloth.
Yeah, new cloth and train table.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Looks like Ronnie's going to be kicking again. Needs a better effort than the last one.
This might work.
It just might.
Oh, yes, it will. Oh, wow, what a shot.
Lee trying to spin the cue ball just a tad. That English never took.
Nope. I think his arm must have been frozen.
Yeah. Well, he might have, gripped the cue stick too hard. It's easy to let tension make you tighten up your grip, and that kills the action on the cue ball.
Wow, why did he take this line, Jerry?
I don't know.
You know what? But I thought he had such a bigger lane on the other side of the table.
Very good. I think stress is starting to take its toll here.
It's amazing how, when you're under pressure, not only do your muscles not work properly, but sometimes you make odd decisions as well. But this one worked absolutely beautifully, so who are we to complain? Now, the big question for me, Jerry, in this track is the 6 past the 7 low right. If it does, then you can almost put this one to bed.
I think if you play to the inside of the pocket, you can put that ball in. If not, he can move it apart right here because the 5 ball doesn't need a lot of work.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, it must pass.
The hill beckons for Ronato Alcano.
It does indeed.
And he'll have...
Enjoy the view.
Yeah, he'll have 4 chances to get that winning rack. Now he's going to use the rest. Let's see if he does the over-the-shoulder rest shot here.
I think reality is starting to set in for Louis now. To come this far and fail, disappointment. 7. Crowd voices their approval of this result. Alcano has to let the crowd. He needs to keep his emotions in check for a little while. There's still to do.
Alcano, 1 round from an appearance Pool's greatest stage, magnificent World Championship. Will go down as one of the best debuts ever.
Thank you, rack 18. Needs a break.
But he needs this next rack and lots of help if he is to proceed in this
quiet then, please.
Oh, what a crap. And yes, a shot on the 3. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
So unlucky.
He can hit it. Do chance. Bank. You got him. Happens.
You think he can use the 6 as a send the 3 up to that second diamond?
Which I think is asking too much to try. But whatever Alcano balance. Alcano has the luxury of being able to give it right back.
Said thank you.
Working for.
Has he?
Perfect. I think he's got it. Look at that 5 ball between them. Kick. Except it is say with
everyone there, sit
worse for Ronnie.
It certainly could. I think the 5 can still be made down in this corner.
Yeah, it's
This is a tough shot for a man who's behind.
well, what a
Man can come with it. He has all week. Now he's got to get around the 9. Oh, he chooses just to draw back. He's got a great draw stroke.
yeah.
He can roll off the 8 and go across the table for the 6. Oh, that didn't work. But it should be sufficient.
One more test here. Spank. Low left English, maybe 8 o'clock. That'll work. Now, see, stop and take the long 9.
Yeah. Long 9. He might be able to get on this without hurting his anger. Rest. Yeah, you can't blame him for just not trying here. Well, he puts one away. Point on his side of the ledger, but he's down 10 to 8. Alcano still 1 9-ball shy of the finals of the World Pool Championship, and Lee is nervous time for he. Alcano knocking on the door of the final match.
Lead in 10
Lee
racks to 8.
needs a lot more. He's got a round of applause. And boy, does he deserve it the way he has played.
Yes, here, 3 chances to win. And I think, I would suspect he wants to get it over with this rack.
My goodness. This exactly what Lee needed.
Unbelievable.
Let's remember the score line now. 10-8. If Lee takes this rack, it's 10-9. And Lee's breaking to tie the match.
That is his 3rd scratch on the break.
Settle down then, please.
This
Nice and
match.
quiet.
And all of those scratches on the breaks were straight in, didn't touch a single ball. And this is a pretty straightforward looking rack, isn't it?
Yes, it is. This could change the entire complexion of this match.
Li He Wen has never led in this match. Look at that sweet draw shot.
His mind at the moment. And this man's, I mean, what a strange twist right at the end. That's when all these strange twists come in, right at the end of the match.
He's just cleaning these rack. Unbelievable.
Well, we were ready to wrap this.
Whoa. That one didn't just wipe its feet. That took the coat off, took the gloves off, everything.
Right at the
the socks off.
Why on earth would he have played this shot that gently?
Did he get a slide, you think? No, I don't think so.
He just undercooked it.
I think you'll get this, though.
Yeah, but the cue ball turns loose and the three-rail scratch comes in. He's got to be careful. Makes it through.
Li He Wen concedes. Overcooked. And what a finish.
The crowd couldn't believe it, and I guarantee you our competitors couldn't believe that result. Just when things were beginning to go Li's way, he invited tragedy into his own home. Alcano, great week of play, finds himself in the finals tomorrow.
Who is he going to meet? Find out soon.
This man's got a shot at $100,000 title. Wonder how well he will sleep tonight. Well, that certainly made the Philippines happy. Stay with us. We're going to join the action on the other table when we come back from this break. Well, we've seen the completion of one semifinal match. We've got one man ready to play tomorrow. And this match has gone right down to the wire. We've got a 9-9 tie in our race to 11. Souquet breaking. These two have given each other all they can handle. What a match this has been.
Hopefully nice break there by Ralf. I think he'll take this. He's got a shot here to run out.
If so, he's got to play some fancy shape on the two ball or take on a combination. Not the toughest combination I've ever seen, though. But we have seen almost every combination shot played today go awry. And some of them were just as easy as this two ball onto the 5.
Ralf Souquet now with a fairly simple looking shot on the 1, but he never shoots until he is good and ready.
I was going to say, this is the Souquet version of rushing through the rack.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at that.
Beautiful control. That's how you get this far. Controlling the white ball just like that. Look how close he came to that 3 ball. And that would have stopped him right in his tracks. You know, I don't see anything like
looks like he just has to stun.
Souquet has back into the finals of the World Championship. Long years since he won that title. And he's recently a 2.5-year drought where he by his own admission, he was playing nowhere near his standard.
Yeah, but I think, he's got some good news coming in his personal life.
That's right.
And I just think maybe if he plays well, it could happen real soon. For him. If not this tournament, somewhere else. But pretty rack here.
This is the one he wants.
And how we'd love to win one in the Matchroom era.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what kind of prize money he got in 1996. I'm pretty sure he spent it all by now.
He may have spent it on the trip to get to the tournament. You still got the title though, and that's what these fellas really want. But $100 grand, that helps that medicine slide down real easy.
That'll take care of a couple of credit card bills.
It sure will. And a little aside, this man has a hobby, collects wristwatches. So he might be able to add a very nice one to his collection.
An IWC or a Breitling maybe?
Well, I never go above the Casio Timex level, so
Timex works for me.
yeah, me too. Yeah, as long as it keeps time, I'm happy. So that was a real nice navigation. And Ralf Souquet now on the hill. Fu Che Wei will have his opportunity upcoming. And we'll see what kind of twists and turns we get at the end of this match. They always creep in right at the end of the match. Things go very smoothly until they get to the hill.
And we've had some issues here with the racking in this table. Michaela seems to have sorted it out.
Well, Fu will take a look.
Rack 20, Fu to break, trailing by 9 racks to 10.
He needs to repeat what Souquet just displayed. Critical break shot. Wing ball down. Does he get anything on the one?
Ooh. Yes, he does.
There's an alley, but boy, what a time to need this shot.
Fu Che Wei covered his quarterfinal. He is a tough customer.
Yeah.
He started so well, kind of stumbled in the middle and then was able to circle the wagons and just put away his opponent.
Yeah, both of these guys have that critical inner strength. This is a good time to survey the table and take a few deep breaths, settle yourself.
Yeah, but if he's nervous, he sure doesn't look it.
He sure doesn't, but there've got to be some butterflies flying around in that belly. So close to the summit now. Takes this shot on, he has got to make it or sell out the rack. Oh, wow. Well, that point settled it. And look at this.
Boy. Hill.
It's upcoming, isn't it? There's nothing here to stop him.
It's like hill.
That hill situation is so brutal in itself. I mean, it comes down to one rack of 9 balls.
No, it's
to see who plays in the final.
It's absurd. he's mildly wrong-sided. No, he's not mildly wrong-sided. He is wrong-sided here in this 3. But I think he can just throw it, just roll it a bit forward. He can take 4 top right. But
yeah, that's the better plan.
He's going to give himself a bit more distance though than he would have liked.
It was a nice, clean, gentle stroke. Watch out. Oh, from my angle, it looked like that ball was going to hit the point there for a moment. Well, this is a challenging shot, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah. If he wants to play this lower left, he's got to bump it off hard off that rail. If he wants to play lower right, he still has to draw it. These are not the kind. I think under pressure, you just like center ball, simple follows. You know, those are the kind of shots you want. Not like these. Look at that.
Great shot. Certainly no surrender in his attitude. And why should there be?
Yeah. You know, when a lot of the local tournaments started going to alternate break, I mean, one after another, there were like 11-10 finals, 11-9, 11-10, 11-9. They were so close. And I think alternate break really, you know, it sets up for close matches. And I think that's what viewers want to see.
Yeah.
You don't want to see blowouts. You want to see games go right down the wire. We're seeing it here again. And what he's complaining about.
And it gives a lot of value to practicing that lag.
Oh, yeah.
Just 3 balls away from double hill and a 1-rack decider. Sudden death. You know, with the prize money breakdown being the way it is, given that this 9-ball drops and we have a 1-rack decider, that'll be a potential $70,000 rack of food.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Not that there's any pressure there.
Yeah.
10-10, double hill in Manila. Well, the subtitle for this tournament was Thriller in Manila 2. And that's what we've got. We've had it all week. A lot of suspense.
Whoever makes it to the final, you can say will be a worthy opponent.
Yeah.
For Alcano.
Well, you have to say it's advantage Souquet.
Final rack.
He has the break. Potentially has control of the table. And he could keep Fu in his chair. So much depends on this stroke. But if you got to pick somebody to play in a pressure situation for you, this is a fine candidate.
Not bad. And you know, one thing I like about him is that his stroke is so smooth, so much unlike a lot of the European players who are kind of like, you know, stiff and mechanical. He glides that clear enough. Look at this. Are you thinking what I'm thinking here, Joe?
you want Souquet to play a carom on the 9-ball, don't you, Bob? Okay, Ralph. Fulfill Bob's dreams.
If it was me, I'd definitely take it on because it would be my only chance to run out the rack. But surely now he's not going to try that.
No, he doesn't make his living gambling.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
It would be a great ending, though. A wonderful dramatic ending now. Just to carry on the 9-ball right into this corner pocket. He's looking at it.
It's like maybe option D right now.
Ralph, it's time to hide. Golly, he is seriously considering this carom. I would bet my life he doesn't take this carom on, because if he misses that carom, he sells out the rack of a lifetime.
But you know, he's got an insurance policy there with that 5 and that 6.
Yeah, well, that insurance policy could disappear if Fu decides to move it around on another shot. Now he's looking at the cut. I mean, he wants to be aggressive. He wants to keep Fu in his chair.
Yeah. Between hard cut, hard safety, and hard shot, always go for the shot.
The safety's not that hard, though. We'll see. He pockets the 1-ball.
What a shot. Fu Che Wei must be mighty uncomfortable in that seat.
You bet. Well, you referenced it earlier, Bob. There's a big problem on the table in the form of that cluster of the 5 and 6. And I don't see a great way to move those balls apart. The best way would be off the 4, and then you're really taking a chance because he could roll up safe.
Yeah. And I don't think it goes into a combination up top either.
No, it doesn't. There's a tangent line shot, so they're going to have to figure out something here.
This is the shot to the 4. But you know, I love it, Jerry, when a heel match goes to a safety exchange. I just love it. I think it's just fantastic.
You could certainly see that occur right here.
I'd much prefer that than have one player just run it out.
Yeah.
I think there's just so much. Both players have a bite at the cherry.
Yeah, give both guys a shot at it. See who can hold their nerves together the best.
Yeah. Now, Jerry, does he have the angle here off the 4 to tickle that 6 away from the 5?
Yeah, he does, but would you take that chance if he winds up on the wrong side of that 6 and plays a safety on himself?
Yep. Maybe play the 4 and then play a safety off the 5 behind the 9. Or behind the 9.
Yeah, I like that because he can use the 6-ball to stay there. He knows the 5-ball's not going to run away from him.
Yeah.
So all he really has to do is plot the path of the cue ball.
And hopefully he can get the safe, and in doing so tickle the 5 away from the 6, so if he gets ball in hand later he can run out. That's thinking. He went for it!
He sure did. Golly. Tremendous courage on that shot. Wow. Look at this. Well, just a hair one way or the other, and that could have turned from and been either heaven or Hades.
Yeah, he could have snookered himself, and the Philippines refer to that as self-defense.
Well, what's he studying up here? Surely he goes to a safety here.
Right. Is he looking at that bank? Oh boy.
He's looking at it.
He's taking one glance and looking somewhere else. Now, Souquet is the kind of a player who ordinarily, in the first shot of a race to 17, would take his time. Now, about now, I suggest we get comfortable in our seats here.
Yeah. trying to figure out if he can just feather off this bottom edge of the 5 and leave it behind the 6, go 3 rails up table, but he would just have to brush that 5 so gently. Can he send the 5 somewhere and leave the cue ball behind the 6? That's not on either.
Spin the 5 around, and I don't know.
What do you like?
I'm not one for predictions.
What if you just roll the 5 ball to the rail and put the cue ball right on top of it?
That's I guess that would be referred to as a negative safety, a very negative safety.
Now he could brush off this side. No, that he wouldn't take a chance on that combination setting up. I like putting the 5 on the rail and freezing up to it.
Because if you freeze it, the same shot can't be played. He has to play out.
Yeah, he's got to grab another rail with either the cue ball or the 5.
Oh boy. Oh boy. There it is. He didn't freeze it though.
No, he didn't. But I think the better shot here for Fu is to come down, is to brush off the 5, come down to this bottom rail, because he doesn't have to make the 5 move, it'll just stay there. And then he can send that cue ball way up table.
This is where he'd love to have that snooker touching ball rule.
Now wait a minute, he's not as close to that 5 as I thought.
He's got to hit it.
That makes that shot a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought he was right on him.
This is fun, isn't it?
It is. He doesn't have the room to go the other way, does he, and go on the other side of the 6? I don't think that's there. Wouldn't he love to have that 6 ball wind up behind the between the cue ball and the 5 somehow?
Oh, look at that.
Look at this shot.
That shot. That put in the place in the finals tomorrow.
Souquet's going to have to come up with a miracle. The advantage just switched over to the Fu chair in a big way.
Now, what you think? He'll slow roll this there.
Yeah, where his Q-tip is now, he's going to come down and strike that rail with very little pace and come up and nudge that 5 ball over to the rail. The best result is if he comes off the left side of the 5, he could again wind up with the cue ball on the other side of the 6 and get the advantage back. But boy, that's a pretty tall order, isn't it?
Oh boy.
Has to have the perfect pace, perfect stroke. Oh, what a shot. Oh, what a shot. What a display. Well, it can't go on forever. Eventually somebody has to make a mistake. Fu can brush off the lower side of the 5 and go around 3 rails and once again have the 6 ball as a blocker.
As long as he doesn't brush too hard.
Yeah.
Basically wants the wind from the white ball to move the 5 ball, I think.
Yeah.
He'll be happy with that.
You know, the job I don't want right now is the job that Michaela Taft having to judge these hits and things and keep track of whether something needs to go to another rail. Ugh. You know, he's got to reach a little bit for this too.
Now, look, from that view, can he brush it?
Yeah.
And just about brush it.
Yeah, this is
the paint on that red dot is not.
Yeah, he can hit it. He can. I think the camera's fooling us a little bit here. want to get crazy, bank the 5 ball into the 6 to put the 6 in the side pocket.
Oh boy.
I don't think so. Just bruise that 5.
There you go. Wanted.
Yeah, he would have liked another rail out of that. He would have liked some more pace on that ball.
All the players are watching. I see Tan Tong Boon from Singapore up there. He's enjoying the show.
Yeah, there are only 2 people in the arena who aren't having a great time right now. They're the ones we're watching. Take a look at how thin that hit was. Well, Souquet has been measuring angles here for a couple of minutes.
Probably get out his protractor and his compass and his T-square, I think. Scientific calculator.
Well, his last shot was an absolute miracle. He needs another one here.
And this is just another soft brush, isn't it?
It is. Just brush the bottom side of the 5. Let it go to the rail. And put the 6 between the cue ball and the 5. It sounds simple, but try it at home sometime.
If I were in his shoes, I'd probably try to hit a soft brush and maybe kick it totally defenseless, the 5 ball. This is...
well, what he would love would be to put enough spin on that cue ball to wind up behind the 9 ball, but I don't think that's in the cards. Don't try to overreach at this point. You were talking about a safety battle earlier. You got your wish.
Oh, that peeked its head out, didn't it? But it's okay. It is. There's over it to the long rail.
There's nowhere to go with that 5 ball. How do these 2 guys have this kind of touch in them at this point in the tournament?
I wouldn't be able to feel my hand right now.
No kidding.
I'd feel like a frostbite victim at this point.
Well, now this is going to be a tougher shot. It's going to be really hard to find a place to hide now because the cue ball is going to be going up table. He doesn't have the angle to send the 5 ball down to this side of the 6.
Yeah.
So we could be nearing the end of this war. What he needs here is distance. He would like to, I would think he would want to put that cue ball up by that top corner left pocket. Top left corner pocket. I'm getting a little excited here. Boy. The crowd using the edge.
Okay, there it is. There's the shot. How do you get back for shape on the 6?
I don't know. and
That's quick.
And in this situation, yeah, my expert opinion. How do you make the shot? I mean, look at the pressure. If you don't make it, you're going home. The 9's going to. What? I banked the 5 ball off a foot rail. Ball on the other side behind the 9.
Let the dance begin again.
I am a world-renowned coward.
find courage with some.
Look at the faces in the crowd behind him. Game we are.
Can he draw this off one ring? Digging in, wow.
Golly, surely he's not attempting that. My goodness gracious me! Shots.
But look at the spin he got on this ball.
That cue ball, 9 ball.
Phenomenal, and he just avoided the scratch.
That just defied the laws of physics.
As the great basketball coach John Wooden would say, goodness gracious sakes alive.
You know, both of these men deserve to go through. It's a shame one of them has to go, and it looks like it's going to be Fu.
Give the nod to Ralf.
Oh, absolutely. What a shot.
If you see the replay of the shot, his cue was right where it was supposed to be. Right, pointing down, dead center.
Yeah.
10 seconds after the shot, it was still there.
What fundamentals? Well, Bob,
He got... Surprise, surprise.
well, we told you the twists and turns come at the end, and we have in this rack.
I don't think he can scratch out of this, can he? Just forward. Duck it forward.
He's got to force it. This ball could jaw out.
He's loading it up.
Oh, man.
Okay, he's good.
What a shot.
What a match. A shot, and what a player. The Kaiser is going to 5 years.
Let's listen to the crowd.
You saw the look on Fu's face. There was a smile of deep respect there.
So the final of the 2006 World Food Championship is set. It'll be Ronato Alcano, the local favorite, taking on the Kaiser, Ralf Souquet, the sole representative of Europe from the quarterfinals, making it all the way to the finals. So